Okay, sorry. Okay. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Oh my God. Yes, I know. I messed up. Yes, I know. Yeah, thank you. So yeah. So shout out to everyone up in this piece. Shout out to everyone in this piece. So yes, we're here. I know that was a like if I could drop a break, I'd drop a break. So guys, it's the end. It's end of the month. Remember, guys, this weekend, no hangouts this weekend because I'm just going to take a break because next month it gets real. Because really, by next month it gets real. Stazzy, what up, baby? What up, baby? Stazzy, what up, baby? What up, baby? Right, guys, hit that like button, guys. If you're in here, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button, man. So come in with your questions. Say whatever questions you want, and I'll do my best to try and get to your burning questions. Remember, guys, I still have to do like a vid to try to explain why Chelsea can actually say what's up and actually win that league title. So that vid is coming and it's on its way. But as I said again, Premier League, I think it's going to be really exciting because I'm looking at people say, okay, like EPL, you overrated EPL and everything. I do feel that this Premier League season could be one of the most exciting seasons that we've seen. And I do feel that if Chelsea can just get a few more key signings, this could be one of the closest title races that we've seen. And I feel like Chelsea are capable of winning this league title. Even if Liverpool gets Isak, I fully believe in your boys Chelsea. And shout out to your boy Yamal, looking good. Your boy looking good for your boy Barcelona. And I think this is a very big year for your boy Lamine Yamal because he's 18 years old. Another season, Barca look good. It's Yamal and Mbappe part 2. Can he lead Barca to a UCL? They came so close last season, and it all ends with the World Cup. So that is what I want to know now. What's it called? So, AK, what do you think about Arsenal fans saying Dauman is greatest ever? Who is Dauman? I'm missing because I pretty much know most of Arsenal's previous players. Who, what, where, and why is Doman? I don't know what a Doman is. Can you please tell me who Doman is? I have no idea who this guy is. Can you please tell me who Doman is? Yeah, okay. I have no idea who Doman is, bro. Sazi, why was R9 in the UCL intros? So look, there has been a lot of debate, and I even probably need to put some context into this. There's a little bit of debate as why I put R9 in the intro based on what he's done in the UCL. Guys, he's a GOAT. When you're a horseman, you get certain privileges when you're a horseman. And there's a grenade tax. And I've said this many times. If R9 did not have his knee grenaded, he is the undisputed GOAT. See, now he's the disputed GOAT. Like Messi is a disputed GOAT. Pele is a disputed GOAT. Maradona is a disputed GOAT. Zidane is a disputed GOAT. Arnold is a disputed GOAT. If he didn't have his knee grenaded, he'll win the UCL every year. He'll win the Ballon d'Or every year. And he'll be the best football player of all time. So it's reaching grenade tax. But based on just how good he was before that knee injury, he's still going to be that dude. He's still going to be that dude. So I don't really care what anyone says, man. It is what it is, man. So the 15 article that was good in preseason. Look, here's my thing that Arsenal needs to realize and everything is, remember what they said about Pato. Remember what they said about Freddie Adu. people need to realize and just accept that if you hype someone too much, it's not good. It's not healthy. So people say, oh, this is the best talent I've ever seen. I keep hearing this all the time, that this is the best talent, this is the most amazing talent. The only talent which is actually amazing that we've actually seen is the mean. Who's actually shown it. Guys, before I even saw Freddie Adu, they were comparing him to Pele. Before I saw this guy even kick a ball, he was being compared to Pele. And I was like, how are you being compared to Pele? And we don't even know. Freddie Adu was all hype. Zero tech, it was just pure hype. And that's just what it is with all these players. So what I try to explain to these guys is, don't fall into the hype. Don't fall into the hype. There's literally no point in falling into the hype. It's stupid, man. What is the minimum for a player to be considered a GOAT level player? The minimum to be a GOAT level player. The minimum is you have to have done something great. You know, that's the key thing. You have to have. Hold on, let me just breathe this down here. To be in that consideration, you've had to have done something great. So minimum, I need a WC. I need a World Cup. That is non-negotiable. You need a World Cup. Now, the only way a World Cup is not required is if, let's say, you're Davosuke and you play for Croatia, or you're Ibrahimovic and you play for Sweden, or you're Modric and you play for Modric you play for Croatia, but you play for Brazil, Argentina, Italy, Germany, and probably even include now Spain, France. A World Cup is a prerequisite. So minimum you need a World Cup. Minimum you need to individually have achieved greatness. So something you have done has to have specifically achieved a level of greatness. So you can't be freaking Abeloa and just be a bandwagon merchant. So you have to have individually done something that's, wow, this is something extraterrestrial, something supernatural of a GOAT level player. So I think once you have that, a World Cup, if not a World Cup, as an individual, you do something specifically great, then that's key. So people have said that, oh, okay, is Ibrahimovic a GOAT level player? No. Ibrahimovic is one of the best strikers of his generation. He's a generational talent. He's a generational player. But Ibrahimovic is not a GOAT level player. Because even without holding the World Cup against him, he has too many questionable L's on his resume. Way too many questionable L's on his resume that I simply can't accept. So, because a guy who played for a peak Milan, peak Juventus, a PSG, a peak Inter Milan, who never reached a UCL final, cannot be a GOAT level player. And to add insults to injury, the guy you got swapped in for, Etso, led that same Inter team that you were on to a freaking treble. Ibra, there's no excuse. Ibra, there's no damn excuse. There's no damn excuse whatsoever. So hold on, where we at? And do you reckon that Messi would have scored more goals if he went for power more often rather than placement? No. There are different kinds of players. Again, I'll use myself as an example. I was never a power level guy. I was a placement guy because you have certain preferences of how you shoot the ball. If you get a guy who's a placement guy to do power, it's not going to work. If you get a power guy to do placements, it's not going to work. There are certain players who are just specific players in how they play. Again, a guy who I think is one of the best penalty takers ever, Mendieta. Mendieta always went for placements in his penalties, and how he shot was always for placements. Now, Messi, remember that goal against PSG? He used power there. But I think based on the kind of player he was, which was a very technical player that was looking at precision, placement was always his own damn thing, though. So that's my thing. Where we at? 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 Shout out, remember, guys, hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, amigos. Hit the like button, amigos. What's interesting? Is Neymar at PSG better than Neymar at Barcelona? Yes, he is. He is. Neymar at because this is the thing. And let me even put this as a little section here, man. So my thing here is Neymar at Barcelona was amazing. He was superb, but he was restricted. We have to agree, whether you like it or not, Neymar is one of the greatest talents that we've ever seen in football. I've said that I insult him, I abuse him, I say this and that, but Neymar, for me, of his generation, is one of the best floor raisers of his generation. Neymar is a better floor raiser than Cristiano. He's a better floor raiser than Messi. He's a better... Bring any player. He is the best floor raiser of his generation. He's one of the best floor raisers of all time. Bro, Dino is that guy. I feel Dino is the more impactful player. Neymar is a bigger floor raiser than even Dino. So at Barcelona, he was freaking amazing. You were not seeing the fullness of Neymar. The greatest tragedy is Neymar's injuries. Because when you saw Neymar at PSG, where he was given a greater role, more responsibility, much more of a free role, you saw how two-footed he was, how creative he was, how dynamic he was, and just how important he was to the team. The biggest issue was his injuries. Simple as that. Neymar stays fully fit, he doesn't have any injuries. He wins a UCL for PSG. That's a fact. And as people have said, if a fully fit Neymar is at that 2018 World Cup, he does something to beat Belgium. A fully fit Neymar against that France, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe we're robbed off of that game. So Neymar at PSG was the closest thing to that player we were promised at Santos. It's the closest thing to that player that we were promised at Santos, but we were robbed off of it due to injuries, swift attacks, and different things. So, but you have to keep it a stack, bro. When Neymar was fully fit and the kind of things he was doing at PSG were astronomical. And the issue is because we live in a world of show me your trophies, show me your stats, show me your numbers. Guys like, Neymar's a failure. He never won the UCL for PSG. We don't count all of those Uber Eats. But if we are actual football aficionados and we appreciate the game, bro, what Neymar was doing for PSG was insane. As I've always said, if they told me this is an average team, pick one player of this generation to floor raise a fruit-selling team, an average team, there's only one player I'm picking. Is Neymar. Messi is better than Neymar, 100%. But if it's between Neymar or Messi, Cristiano at his peak, Messi at his peak, to elevate a trash team, I'm taking Neymar all day, every day. The issue with Neymar is his attitude, is his partying, is going with his sister, is how unserious he is, it's his ego, it's his lack of professionalism. 100%. It's his lack of professionalism, and that is what held him back. Specifically with your boy Unai Emery. But you cannot deny that, bro. Neymar at his best, injury-free, was stunning. And guys, here's the kicker right now. We never saw the best of Neymar. We never saw the best of Neymar. We simply never did, and that's just the sad reality, man. So yeah, shout out to that, man. So let me just put that down there. Oh, let me keep this Dubinsky, man. So shout out to, remember guys, hit that like button, guys. Let's get to 800 likes. Hit that like button, smash that like button, guys. It's the end of the month. It's the end of the month, man. Put the check, you pricks. Put the check. Hit that like button, guys. I'm giving you this content crackini. So, shout out to your boy Shadhoro. Thank you for the Dubinsky, man. Thank you for the Dubinsky. HH, did you know that R9 was the original Ronaldinho? Yes. That's why Dino was first called Ronaldinho Gaucho. There was an older defender in 94 called Ronaldo. So, it's so crazy you say this. So, I was watching, again, some Ronaldo highlights. And this is from Ronaldo highlights from the 96 Olympics, which your boys won. And when they said his name, he was known as Ronaldinho. So Ronaldinho means little Ronaldo. Ronaldinho's name that we know, Dino's name, is Ronaldo. But he couldn't call himself Ronaldo because there's already an R9 there, and he had to be called Ronaldinho just out of respect. So similar to R9, because I say that there was over there an older Ronaldo, just out of respect, he has to be called Ronaldinho, which means that's mini Ronaldo. So once that guy now retired and he now became what up? He now became Ronaldo, and Ronaldinho, the Dino we know, couldn't be called Ronaldo. He has to become, out of respect for big Ronaldo, be called Ronaldinho. But Ronaldinho's actual name, the Dino we know, is Ronaldo. But Ronaldinho is like little mini Ronaldo. But you can't have two Ronaldos. And let's be real, when you just say the name Ronaldinho, you think of only one person, Ronaldinho. And when you think of Ronaldo, you think of one person. And that's Nazario. And he's Brazilian. But yeah, but shout to that, shout out. Yes, it's true. Like, I only found that out, I think it was probably about 2 or 3 days ago when I was, as I always do, watching some R9 highlights from him at the Olympics, man. So yeah, that was cool, bro. Where are we with this? So shout to Casey. Oh, here comes it. Zidane time at Juve lost the league after paying refs. You see, Casey, there is nothing you can say that can negate Zidane's legacy. See, guys, Casey is an enemy of Tesh. Guys, so in case you don't know, guys, there's a war on Tesh. And I'm getting towards the war on Tesh, and Casey is the leader of the enemies trying to bring down Tesh. And Zidane is one of Tesh's greatest ever sons. So whatever you say, Casey, you can't deny Zidane's legacy. You can't. Because people who know ball, people who speak fluent ball, know that Zidane is the greatest player of all time. He's the greatest player of all time. And guys, shout out to Messi and Cristiano. Bro, I'm taking Zidane over Messi and Cristiano. Hands down. Hands down. Like, you see, it's you guys are of the stats generation. I'm of the gid generation. It's two different generations. So Messi and Cristiano are the kings of the stats generation. Zidane, my guy, he's of the gid generation where our guys had personality. Our guys had swag. Our guys were individuals who said, what's up? And whatever you say, what Zidane did in 2006 against Brazil is one of the greatest things I've ever seen an individual do. It is what it is, and you just have to accept that. Freaking hater, man. So shouts. Okay, Casey again, but more hits. Soon, Stats will have a 99%. No, it won't. No, here's the thing. This is great. Okay, let's actually look at that. Stats and football. I'll be real with you right now. If Stats fully take over football will lose half its audience. People are already losing interest in football already, based on how boring the game has gotten, the less individuals, the loss of the number 10, and less personality. If it now becomes fully about stats and you take away all of the individuals, football will lose half its audience. Facts. And what's it called? I remember Ronaldo Nazario, Arnan, he even said that he doesn't watch football, like he finds football boring. Like Arnan said that he finds tennis more exciting than football right now. So R9, one of the best football players of all time, said that, nah, I'm out of here, bro. I'm not watching football. Guys, we are losing. Thank goodness for Yamal. Thank goodness for people like Yamal. Because, guys, without Yamal, we would be screwed. Yamal is single-handedly holding the freaking torch of football right now. And hopefully Esteban will be there. But, Casey, if your dream comes... Basically, Casey, if you win this war on Tesh, if you are successful in this war on Tesh, cool. It will lose half its audience. Because you take away the excitement, you take away the personalities, you take away the individuals, you take away the randomness, the expression, and it's merely about numbers, stats, microtransactions. People won't tune in. Because they're like, okay, why am I watching this? Like, I'm just watching a mathematical equation play out. That's not the beautiful game that I know about. That's not the art of the game. So we have to hope that you don't win out, Casey, bro. And shout out to, here we go. Shout out to Spicy Eskimo, bro. Rank Romario, Rivaldo, Ronaldo. Oh my God. All right. Okay. So, all right. Okay. Let me pull this up, man. Okay. So ranking Brazilians. All right. So you want beef right now? Okay. All right. So Romario, Rivaldo, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Neymar. Jeez. Okay. I'm going to just say based on just the talent of the players, the purely on the talent of the players. One is Ronaldo. Two is Ronaldinho. Oof. Let me think about this. So Ronaldo is number one. That's basically, put it this way: Ronaldo is one. So that's also 1, 2, 3, 4. Ronaldo is one. Rivaldo is five. That's facts. Again, Rivaldo is amazing, but basically Ronaldo is one. Rivaldo is five. You know what? I'm going to say Ronaldo. I'm going to say Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Romario, Neymar, Rivaldo. Neymar and Rivaldo is tricky. Neymar and Rivaldo is tricky because you could say Ronaldo. So okay, based on talents, or what they were able to do. Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Neymar, Romario, Rivaldo, based purely on talent, just for pure tesh. Ronaldo, Dino, Neymar, Romario, Rivaldo. Now, let's make it interesting. If it is based off of, so the ranking is for pure talent and tesh, ability, Lala, Sasa, and Sean, like all that, just for pure tesh. Ronaldo 1, Ronaldinho 2, Neymar 3, Ronaldinho 4, Rivaldo 5. Based on who could give my team the most value? Put this guy on the team, they're going to raise the level of the team. And remember, this is them at their peak. 1, Ronaldo. 2, Rivaldo. 3, Romario. 4, Rivaldo. 5, Dino. So remember what I just said. This is average team, how they can elevate an average team. This is them at their peak. I love Dino, guys. Go look at what Rivaldo was doing with a very average Barcelona team. Like, Rivaldo was a psychopath. So, this is for floor raising. Ronaldo Nazario, 100%. That's one. He puts a pick Ronaldo there. Give him the ball, he'll execute. Just give him the ball anyway, he'll execute. So Nazario put it on as 1. This is for floor raising. 2, Neymar. 3, you know what? 3, I'll say Rivaldo. 4, Romario, then I'll say then Rivaldo, then I'll say 5, Dino. So floor raising, 1 Ronaldo, 2 Neymar, 3 Rivaldo, 4 Romario, 5 Dino. That's what I do. So that's a good thing. But look, it's a tough one though. But still, the number one talent is, guys. And also, guys, this is not up for this discussion, guys. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you, Ronaldo Nazario is the most talented Brazilian out there. Anybody that gives this Neymar nonsense is trash. And I'm sorry, guys. Ronaldinho is more talented than Neymar. He is. I'd rather take Neymar on my team. If I had a team, who would I rather take to elevate my team? I'd rather take Neymar. But Dino is the overall more talented football player. So, and that's where I'm going to go with it, man. All right, man. So remember, let me just get through this dot and I'll come to your other questions, guys. So, shout out to W. Dupree, thank you for the Dubinsky. Do you think Barca can win the UCL? What was your reaction to Arsenal losing to Spurs? So I'm going to just ignore the whole Arsenal because it's preseason. Guys, I'm sorry, it's preseason. It doesn't mean anything. It's because, they don't, no. Because even when I saw something, I'm like, no, the real season starts in 2 weeks' time. Because next Sunday is the Community Shield. The real season starts 2 weeks Friday. That's when we now start to freaking cook. That is when we now start to freaking cook, bro. But do you think Barca can win the UCL? All right, let me put this. Hold on, where are we at? Very easily. Barcelona can easily win the UCL. Very easily. 100%. Hansi Flick in his first season. Was close to a treble. They were close to a treble. They got to the semi-finals and lost a fantastic game against Inter Milan. Lewandowski is a year older. So that's obviously worrying. Yamal is a year older, which means he's even much more experienced and can learn from his mistakes of the past season. Now, that's not to assume that Yamal is not going to ball, but we hope and we expect this is a wiser Yamal 1 year on. Because as we've been seeing from the 16, 17, 18, Yamal has been getting better and he's been improving. You expect the younger guys to improve, Casado to improve, Kubasi to improve, Alejandro Balde to improve. Keeper, they've already acquired as well. Rashford is the next factor. If Rashford doesn't hit, you still have the shark. If Rashford hits, that's a great element to bring in. So, and the key thing is you look at the field. Liverpool look interesting. City, questions about their defense. Bayern, they're still missing a lot of technical players. They got Luis Diaz, I get it. Still have Olise Kane. Bayern still are very, very weak in midfield, and I don't really like them defensively. PSG is still there. But Chelsea showed that they can be beaten. Chelsea showed that they're not invincible. And if Chelsea can do what they did against PSG, Barcelona are very capable of doing that. So this ends the 2010s when you had a mighty Juve, you had a mighty Real, you had a mighty Bayern, and you had like teams arguably in their peak in the 2010s. Right? Barcelona are one of the strongest teams right now. If you think about it, the strongest teams right now, for me, Liverpool, PSG, Barca. Those are the three strongest teams now. I'm sorry. Real Madrid are strong. So if let's say we're going to tier them, tier 1 right now is Liverpool, PSG, Barcelona. Tier 2, that's when you now bring in Real Madrid. You bring in Bayern. I'd like to say Chelsea. I'd love to say Chelsea. You bring in a Man City. You bring in an Arsenal. That's tier 2. But there are only 3 tier 1 teams now. And if you're a Barcelona are very capable of beating PSG in a one-off game or over two legs, if things didn't go well. Barcelona are very capable of beating Liverpool over 2 legs or in a one-off game. There is no team out there where, I don't think the Barca can beat them. Barcelona can easily beat any team. So what will stop Barca is injuries, missed chances. Yamal doesn't hit the ground running. Pedri doesn't hit the ground running. Pedri gets injured. Rashford really becomes Trashford. So there are very many different elements. But will Barcelona win the UCL? That's a loaded question. Can they win the UCL? Very capably. Very capably. It's like, can Bayern win the UCL? No, they can't. Bayern cannot win the UCL. Can Man City win the UCL? Yeah. But I'm not confident in saying yeah for them. The only people I can say can confidently win the UCL, Liverpool, PSG, Barcelona. I'll still say Real Madrid. No, 4 teams. So even if Real are like a tier 2, I can still say that they are capable. Just there's too much talent. I don't think they will because there'll be an adoption period, but I still think they will. But again, now, if Yamal has a bad season and he's not to that dude, that could affect them. If Yamal improves upon what he was last season, and if Yamal keeps his creativity, keeps his assists, and he adds more goals there, he improves his finishing, and he now has even more goals to his amazing creativity and assists, and that high line is still effective that Hansi Flick employs, you're looking at a very dangerous team. You're looking at an extremely dangerous team that can really say something, bro. So yeah, very capable of doing so, man. All right, so thank you for that. Let me get these jobs and I'll come to you other guys out there, man. So where we are with this. Do you think you can outcoach Goldbridge, and why? Yes. Shout out to my Goldbridge. He's a quality guy, fellow content creator and everything. I have a brilliant football mind. I've played LMA manager, player manager, F manager, FIFA manager. I've owned almost every single management game. And my tactical brain is through the freaking roof. So shout out to my Goldbridge. Great guy, great thing and everything. Of course I can outcoach my GOAT. Guys, I'm the GOAT analyst. And as a GOAT analyst, I can outcoach him very easily. So 100% I can. Thank you for the dog ban. Neymar over Drunkdinho, Fat Nine. I don't remember all. Casey, I love Neymar. Neymar's an amazing player. But you're smoking crack cocaine. Ronaldinho and R9 are better than Neymar. It is what it is. You simply have to accept that. Talented peak Fat Nine wasn't half the passer of Neymar. If you look at clips, R9 did have quality passing. But everyone knows that based on just pure tech and technical ability, R9 is one of the best football players of all time. It is what it is, Casey. Stop freaking hating. All right, what else are you guys saying, man? Talk to me, guys. What else are you guys saying? What else are you guys saying? Hit me with your questions, guys, and I'm back in the normal chats, man. The greatest club of all time, the world champions, Chelsea Football Club. 100%, man. Do you prefer this UCL format or the old one? Easily the old one. Easily the old one. So sorry. Okay, this is a weird question. Or the old one with the away goals. Can I be tricky here? Can I keep this format but keep away goals in the knockout stage? I like this league format. So that's why it's a bit of an interesting question. I like this league format because of the various kinds of games you can have. So actually, you know what? Let me even. So just I want to repeat it. So UCL format. So so my thing here is no. I like this format of the Champions League. I like it because you're forced to play different games against different kinds of teams, and it just makes it a lot more exciting. A few little tweaks. NBA, just copy the NBA. There is no harm in copying somebody that has done it better. So what I'd like these guys to do is, it's the first 16 go through. No playoffs. None of these playoffs. Don't reward being a loser. Don't reward being a failure. 30 teams, the first 16 go through. First place 16th, second place 15th, third place 14th, fourth place, and so forth. And that's how it goes. And the idea is if first and second win all their games, first and second meets in the final. And the team that's the higher seed always has home advantage. So if you have a situation that, like just for instance, let's say fifth meets against like ninth. Fifth will play the second leg at home based on them finishing high in the league. Like you don't have to overcomplicate things. It's right there. I am rewarded by how well I did in the league based on throughout the knockouts. If I finished higher in the league than the team I'm facing, I have the home game in the second leg. Because you can't have a situation where, so I finished second, but this team that finished in like 8th or 9th or freaking 12th now have the second leg at home. So what was the point in me finishing so high to begin with? Like, I cannot believe that UEFA didn't even think about that or view that. Like, the way that the NBA format works is beautiful. It's perfect. You're rewarded for your hard work through the regular season based on just how things work out for you in the off season. It's right there. It works. Just let that cook. You bring back away goals. Bring back away goals. And we're cooking. You do that from first 16 go through. Team that finishes higher has home advantage, first against 16, second against 15th, and so forth. And you bring back away goals. We are cooking. We are cooking. Because away goals is what makes the Champions League unique. Because you take away goals, okay, what makes the Champions League unique? What made the Champions League such a unique original competition different from anywhere else was, away goals. You have the advantage of playing at home. I have the advantage of, if I'm the away team, every goal is 2 goals. I have to travel. I've got to come to your stadium. You know this pitch better than I know it. Give me an advantage. You already have the advantage of playing at home. What's my advantage? Hey, every goal I score is 2 goals. And it makes things exciting. And what away goals did was, there is a point in which we're not going to extra time. It ends now. It ends now, which was the miracle at Camp Nou. Because I believe like once Cavani scored, it was like, oh, one team's going to win now in 90. Either PSG win or Barca win. We're not going to extra time now. And what that does is it adds urgency. It adds urgency and it just creates more drama, and better football matches. Away goals needs to be brought back because that is how things can freaking cook, man. So that's how I would have it. Change the format, 1st to 16th, bring back away goals because away goals is fun. Away goals is what makes the UCL, what makes the Champions League sweet and gives it its personality. The Champions League and UCL's personality is the away goal rule. Bring it back, Chefrin, bring that damn thing back, bro. All right, shout out to that, man. Thank you for that question, bro. Let me put that in there for my end. Okay. So, I think we're going to know Dubinsky, man. Shout out to your boy. That's a shout out. Thank you for the drop, man. Thank you for the drop. How do Quaresma and Robinho compare in terms of Tesh? Who would you prefer to coach? Ooh. Quaresma was so you know what many people said? Many people said Quaresma was just as, if not more talented than Cristiano. But the only difference was Cristiano pretty much, basically, the difference was that Cristiano just, he worked harder and he just applied his talents even more. Quaresma was an amazing talent. Now, Robinho's career did not go too well and we all know stuff that happened. But when Robinho was coming through, he was being compared to Pele. I would prefer to coach Robinho. As good as Quaresma was, he was just an extremely talented winger. Master of the Travella. But Quaresma was just an extremely talented winger. Robinho is what like a Neymar was. Like an R9, where he can dribble, he can pass, and he can affect the game more in more areas of the pitch than, let's say, Quaresma. So it's put this way, Robinho's upside and his ceiling was far greater than Quaresma's. If Quaresma reached his peak, you're talking about one of the best wingers that we've seen, based off of wingers. If Robinho reaches his peak, we're talking about one of the greatest players of all time. Like if Robinho reached his peak and it was able to do, putting him next to Pele, Maradona, Messi, and all these and an R9. If Robinho reached his peak. So Robinho's ceiling was all time. Quaresma's ceiling was one of the best wingers of all time. So then he's now talking to whether it's like a Luis Figo, whether it's like a Giggs, whether it's a Frank Ribery or any of these guys. So now shows the difference between those two. But I'd rather coach Robinho because Robinho's talent level was too high. His talent level was too high, man. Shout out to your boy Barry, man. Think of the dog, Barry, man. As long as Araujo is at the club, we are not touching the UCL treble. Last year we were set up to win everything, and he messed up for us 2 years in a row. Okay, let's actually address it right now. Do you think Hansi Flick needs to make a real tough, hard decision now? That's what I want to know. Do you think that he needs to make a tough decision? And maybe it's not a tough decision, but I don't know the dynamics of the dressing room. Araujo doesn't work in the system. He simply doesn't. I think Araujo is a defender that works. Remember, Araujo is Uruguayan. I think for Araujo, he works more in a more defensive system. Kubasi is a young player, very young player. Kubasi is a better defender in this system than Araujo. I'm not going to say Kubasi is just an overall better defender than Araujo, but for this system, high line, positioning, anticipation, more athleticism needed. You need to be a lot more mobile. It's attacking. There's more space between the midfield and the defense. You don't really have DM or several DMs. It's a different type of defending you're required to do. And I think Barsi is far better for that defending than Araujo. So Hansi Flick needs to be like, Araujo, thank you for your loyalty. You're not right for this team. And he needs to have the corners to be like, no, you're not right for this team, and you don't really work for what this team is trying to do. So, Barry, I'm with you. If Araujo starts and is a mainstay, Barcelona are winning no UCL because someone is going to expose him. Liverpool, Real, PSG, Chelsea, someone is going to expose him. So that's the, so if yes, oh yeah, I'm with you. Araujo starts, he will break it up. He will make a mistake. And if teams are smart, which I think they are, they will pinpoint him as a weak point. And they'll be like, oh yeah, he's trash. Let me say what's up and expose him. So yeah, shout out to that man. But so yeah, look, if it's me, sell him. Now he said, oh, I don't want to go, I want to stay. Who cares what you want to say? Get out. You are not good enough for this damn team. Piss off. Oh, Bob Lloyd, I'm so loyal. I don't give a damn with your law. I'm trying to win a damn treble. Piss off. Go find another freaking club, bro. Thank you for that, dope, man. Shout out to your boy, Canadian Fries, man. Thank you for the dope, man. Am I crazy thinking that Real Madrid will go trophyless this season? All right. Okay, let's deal with this right now. Let's deal with this right now. Okay, well let me make this a thingy, man. All right. I wanted to do this as a video. But let's even talk about the Canadian Fries, man. Last season was an abject total failure by Real Madrid. Not only did they finish trophyless, they got bent over and spanked and malnourished by their sworn enemies, Barcelona. I am slightly worried about Real Madrid. I'm slightly worried. Forget me. Madrid fans are not even sold on Xabi Alonso. Madrid fans feel this job is too big for Xabi Alonso. Barcelona are still good. Who knows if Julian Alvarez hits the ground running and Atleti now starts to do something? Who knows? There is a possibility they could. I don't think they will. There's a possibility they could. Where I am with it right now is there is still an Mbappe issue. There is still an issue of this team hasn't yet found its personality. It's not yet found its mojo and its cohesion. Because Alonso needs to understand how do Mbappe, Vini, Bellingham, Goulet, how can they all coexist and how can they all come together and sing off the same hymn sheet? Because your rivals, Barca, they know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're about and they know their personality. And my fear is all those guys that called Ancelotti a geriatric, washed up, useless, will be like, this guy knew how to coach this team. For better or for worse, he just knew how to get results out of a team because you have to understand there's a Perez tax. Perez always wants a shiny new toy, the biggest new players. And Ancelotti just knew how to, okay, based on just what I have to deal with, even if it doesn't work out, I can still get the best of the guys. Real will always be in with running based on just how much talent they have. Talent alone can't get you through. I have a massive question mark on Xabi Alonso. We've seen this before. I call it the David Moyes complex. Oh, look at how well he did with this average team. He'll do much better with an amazing team. David Moyes did so well with Everton, overachieved. Oh, he will do amazing with United because United have better players. Look at what happened. All because Xabi Alonso did legendary things with Leverkusen. Doesn't mean that he comes to Real Madrid, a different environment, far more expectation, he'll now do well. Let's see how the season goes. But Canadian Fries, you are not crazy to believe that Real can go trophyless. It's people now. Real go trophyless back to back. To say that in a vacuum is insane. Real to go trophyless just in one season is madness. For Real to go trophyless back to back with the team they have, that's an insane statement to make. But if you peel beneath the surface and you look at there's still a structural issue within this team. What Bellingham was 2 seasons ago isn't what he was last season. Doesn't look like if it's what he is now this season. There's still a Vini question mark. Vini was a profound and an important aspect to what made Real Madrid so good. So, and the question you have to ask yourself that is Xabi Alonso the guy? Is he the man? Does he have the personality to get the best out of these guys? When you coach Real Madrid, it's not just about being a great coach. It's about having a personality. Lopetegui was a very good coach. Did he have the personality? Zidane, say for whatever you want, Zidane just had the personality. He just knew this team. He knew which buttons to press. Ancelotti, we know he's a very good coach. He had the personality. And for a team like this, with all the different personalities and the expectation and the platform and the pressure cooker of it, you really need to know. So it'll be fascinating. It'll be fascinating. I don't know what's going to happen. I can't predict what's going to happen. I'm worried. I was going to say I'm worried because back-to-back trophyless it's going to be quite scary. Because what I don't want is where 2 seasons, 3 seasons, 4 seasons. What does Mbappe want since he's come to Real Madrid? That's my fear. That's my fear. So, and some people haven't said, Alonso may even be sacked by December. But look, the talent is there. Real are talented enough to win everything. They're talented enough to win everything. Because Mbappe is still Mbappe. Vini is still Vini. Bellingham is still Vini. Gula is still so Pep. Where's the central midfielder? Where's the Luka Modric replacements? Where's Toni Kroos replacements? Is Trent really going to impact the team the way he should really impact the team? But scratch that, forget that. Cristiano, Bale. A big part of Real's success in the 2010s was Casemiro, Modric, and Toni Kroos. The midfield is the heart, the fulcrum, the heart and soul, the nuts and bolts of any football team. Like the midfield, that's like you have the foundation of a building. You take away the foundation of a building, it crumbles. You take away the midfield, it crumbles. The defense is exposed, cannot work out. The attack has no supply chain. So without, and again, am I wrong? Who is the true viable Luka Modric replacements? Who is the true viable Toni Kroos replacements that will do the very important jobs that they did? We have to wait and we seek, man. Or we are with it, man. So thank you for that question, yo. Or we are with it, man. We are. So yeah. Well, about half an hour left, and then we'll roll through half an hour left. So shout out to GGS. Thank you for the GGS, man. Can we get a live kick and shoot episode where you play 5v5 with? Well, when you say kick and shoot, so is a kick and shoot like a video game? Because we're all in different places. So wait, what is kick and shoot? All right. Look, if you mean for us to actually do it in real, you know that we're not in the same country. We're in different places. So that's actually going to be a bit hard for us to do those in different places, man, and everything. So, but if it did happen, bro, as long as I can just get fit and get my fitness off, bro, I'm washing everyone. Easily, I'll wash everyone very, very easily. I may not have my fitness, but my test still exists. So if we were to do it, I would wash everybody very easily, bro. Miguel Rabines, man. SDs, let's say what SDs now have more control. Oh, sorry, sporting directors now have more control over coaches, which begs the question: were clearly really looking for yes men, or sorry? So sporting directors now have more control over coaches, which begs the question: were clearly really looking for yes men, or is that where football is headed? I feel that it depends, though. You look at someone like Pep Guardiola. I think Pep Guardiola pretty much has full control over that team. Now, look at something like Liverpool, and it's not just coming in. I think a lot of that is a sporting director. But then I look at PSG. I know that your boy Luis Enrique works a lot with Campos, but I do believe that Enrique does have a lot of control. But I think if you're looking at Clear Lake, the world we're living in is very manager coach led. So let's look at the guys who've been really successful so far. So PSG, treble. Campos, he's sporting director and everything. Luis Enrique has a lot of say in how that team is shaped, 100%. And look at what they were able to do before they ran into a World Cup final. So I think that, you see, if we're smart, if Clear Lake are smart, you want to hire like a Pep, a Luis Enrique, a Nagelsmann, somebody who has great, massive knowledge in the game and can truly build a team in their image. Because 100% Maresca he's a yes man. And he simply just has to accept he simply just has to accept whatever is given to him, man. But it's not about where football is headed. Where football right now is manager is king. Manager is king. No space for number 10s, no space for luxury players, no space. It's right now is you listen to a T what the manager is about. So if you want to be so successful in today's football, you hire the best possible manager who has his fingers in a little bit. Basically, you have to hire the best football player. So basically, you have to hire a guy where they have their fingers in the transfers, in the youth team, in recruitment, and in every aspect of the game. I'll be real with you. What Maresca has done is amazing. For Chelsea to truly be kings, they need someone like a Luis Enrique or a Pep Guardiola, where he has full, basically like an Arsene Wenger or a Fergie. Something like where he has full control over everything. He's not told what to do. No players are enforced upon him. Every single signing goes through him. And he has a team in his image. And so there can be no arguments of like, well, no. He has full unbridled power. Because again, City had a bad season last season. We can't ignore how they've dominated football in England for a long time. And a large part of that is, yes, Chicky did his thing, but it's Pep Guardiola. And the amounts of influence that he has. So those are the kind of guys that you need, bro. Oh, God, here he goes. Shout out to your boy LSK. You plan on assembling the squad before FC. So, no. So basically, I'm taking a little break. So remember, season really starts next week. So no hangouts on Saturday or Sunday. Whilst this weekend we're coming home. This weekend we're coming. So Saturday, we're coming home. So Saturday, Content Crack FC will be returning. Saturday nights. And we'll maybe do something on Sunday. So we might do Friday, but Friday, I don't know. I mean, it depends how we're going to be on Friday. But for sure, this weekend, Content Cracks for your, I don't know whether you can call it entertainment or for your torture. I would say for your Twitch viewing torture. Content Cracks, one of the most depressing, annoying team. Because my thing though is, as I said again, I got FIFA because it was 70% off. But guys, I don't think, there are times when we have some sessions where we had like about 6 losses in a row. And I actually went to bed angry. Because it sucks your soul out of you. When you lose after loss, mostly because of Wildskate. But we'll be back. So for your viewing displeasure, for your viewing torture, Content Cracks will be back. Because I think FC26 comes out like sometime in August, man. So yeah. So you can't see my Panadol money in Naira? Is that what I say? Wildskate. I'm rethinking the Panadol because I feel that the streets decide the dub of the year, Panel I'm going to decide the Panel winner. So for me, I'm going to rethink it and I'm going to decide the Panel winner because I don't feel confident in giving you your Panel winner. So yes, it is what it is. I'm a dictator. So yes, it's still counting and you probably never receive it. Jonas man, thanks to my main man, Jonas man. Shout out to my homie man, Arsenal big man. Why do so many football freestylers never make it pro? They have insane ball control, technique, and composure. So why do many of them fail to make it at pro level and remain freestyle singers? This is a great question. This is a great question. So let me even make this a thingy. Hold up. This is a great question. So, Jonas, I'll start with something very easy. Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho is the only what I'd call freestyler that fully made it into football. Hence why Ronaldinho is so unique. Futsal, cage football is not 11-a-side. It's simply not. So you guys, look, you can have amazing, okay, you look at some freestylers and the kinds of things they can do with the ball, 99% of players right now cannot do the kind of stuff they have in the ball. But let me give you a great example. Thomas Muller would be worse than Timo Werner if you did as a freestyler. He'd be garbage. Like Thomas Muller would be complete and utter garbage as a freestyler. Thomas Muller is one of the most effective players of the generation. So it's almost like a head of like, okay, you can shoot the ball well. You have amazing dribbling. You actually are really good in close quarters, which is freestyle for football and futsal, which is close quarters. But if you have all this skill, why can't you do it on 11-a-side? 11-a-side is, okay, that talent is just a base. That talent is like 20%. It's 20%. The other 80% is, do you know your positioning? Do you know spacing? Can you read the game well? You can have all the skills in the world, decision-making, split-second decision-making, understanding the dynamics of the game, being able to read the game, having an understanding and a footballing intelligence of what's around in the game. All those things make up the 80%. Your talents, your ball control, your tech, that is 20%. So people think that, oh, if you have all the talents, that makes up 80% of you being a good football player. No, it makes like 20%. Your 80% is your decision making, your football IQ, your footballing intelligence, and your reading of the game. So 100%, that's why most guys don't make it. But that is what made Ronaldinho so unique. Because Ronaldinho was doing things that freestylers would do. You see, a lot of these players can actually do a lot of stuff that the freestylers can do. Maybe not to the same degree, but similar. Dino is right at home with what those guys can do. But somehow Dino was able to take at the core of what it meant to be a freestyler and to the best of his abilities, apply it in the right situations in football matches, which is what made it amazing. So if you're like a freestyle merchant, Dino is your GOAT. You respect Messi, you respect Pele, you respect Arnold, you respect all these guys. But if you're like that freestyler, futsal guy, Dino will always be your GOAT because Dino brought the streets to 11-a-side. Because the notion is no, what works for freestyle, no, you can't do that at 11-a-side because this is a tactical game. It's far more complex. There's far more nuance. There are a lot more variables that you don't have being a freestyler. But Dino was like, but Dino, he had the two flex. He understood his positioning, tactics, reading of the game, and the kind of mature discipline you need as a player playing high-level 11-a-side. But I'll do this elastical. I'll do this whole strum leg. I'll bring in a few of these freestyle elements just to show that, this is for the streets. I've not forgotten you. Streets, I have not forgotten you. I still remember you. So I'm still going to remind these people for the larger world that the streets live. The streets still live. So that's why he was able to do that thing. But yeah, good question though. So, a minute. So, shout out to, Talent FC. Thoughts on Fergie making peak Jose flee the UK in '08? No, I think you have it wrong. I think it's Mourinho made Pep flee and made him do a sabbatical. So I think you have it wrong. No. Pep did the fleeing. Who told you that Jose ran? Jose gave Chelsea back-to-back league titles, gave Chelsea the best defensive record ever, was robbed off of a UCL without freaking goal score. Then he then went to go and now win a UCL with Inter Milan with two different teams. Oh no, not just a UCL, a freaking damn treble. Do you really believe that Jose Mourinho runs from anybody? Do you know what you're talking about? It's Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho does not run from anybody, bro. With all due respect to Fergie, Jose Mourinho has never looked like he was about to have like a freaking heat stroke during a UCL final. With all due respect to Fergie. So please, Brick Talents FC, please have some damn respect, bro. So where we are with it. Where we are with it. Shout out to your boy, Luis. HH, can Yamal touch Messi's level? I mean, it can't be he lacks ability. No one saw Messi dominating the way he eventually did, but with Yamal, he has taken off immediately. Can he be the GOAT? You see, now, here's one thing here. So let me make things a little bit here. One thing is very clear here. Yamal will never be as consistent as Messi. No. Like the consistency that Messi showed, Yamal is never touching that. And I don't think any player ever in history will ever be as consistent as Messi for numbers, stats, and ability. But Yamal has already done stuff that Messi hasn't done in terms of what he has achieved as a 16-year-old, what he's achieved as a 17-year-old. So, of his level, you don't think of it as him trying to do what Messi did. He is going to forge his own path that is unique in and of himself. He's a different player. He plays differently. So rather than judging him via Messi, judge him for what he does. Because the thing I hate from people is this. It's like what's it called? So again, you probably don't know about this guy. This guy was like late 90s, called Ariel Ortega. And Ariel Ortega was seen as the new Maradona because he looked like Maradona. And guys, okay, this is new Maradona. And there was so much of that weight upon him. And I was like, bro, first of all, that's too much weight to have. But let Ortega just be Ortega and be what he is rather than him trying to be someone else, because every single human being is unique. There are no two people that are exactly the same. Twins aren't exactly the same. Even twins have differences. So to compare someone to literally another individual is an insane thing to do. It's a complete insane thing to do. So even with Messi is not Maradona. Maradona is different. Messi did things that Maradona did not do. Maradona did things that Messi did not do. So for Yamal, rather than saying, oh, can you emulate Messi? Messi already has legacy and it's separate. Yamal is now forging his own particular legacy. So what we should do is, rather than, man, is he going to reach Messi's level? Oh no, he failed. Let's just, bro, it's been fun so far. We all know where we were when a 16-year-old scored that stupid goal in the Euro semis against France. And that same guy, when he just turned 17, did what he did in his first final. We all know where we were when we watched that game against Inter Milan and his amazing performance in both legs. And we also saw the crazy season we've seen. And we've never seen a teenager this good since Pele. So he's already doing something new. So I think that any player that comes through, don't compare them to Neymar. Don't compare them to Cristiano. Don't compare them to Messi. Let every player be able to forge their path, walk their path that is individual for themselves. So as I'm watching it, hey, bro, after Ronaldo Nazario was done, I'm like, bro, okay, for me, there'll never be another R9. So when I'm looking at Neymar, I'm like, okay, how will Neymar measure up? Will he be as good as R9? No, because I just know that R9 is unique. Let me now enjoy Neymar. Let's see what Neymar does. I will never say that, okay, oh no, Neymar falls short. Even better, Ronaldinho, because those are the two comparisons, Dinho and Neymar. So is Neymar, will Neymar do the kinds of things that Dinho did? What's he going to do? No. They are similar, but they're different. And Neymar's path was very separate from Ronaldinho's path. And they shouldn't really be compared because they are different individuals. They are completely separate individuals. So my thing is, rather than thinking of, okay, will he reach Messi's level? That's not the question. Will Yamal reach greatness in and of himself? Which means, can he lead Barcelona to a Champions League or Champions Leagues? Can he lead Spain to a World Cup or World Cups? He already has a Euro. In his very first international tournament, he's already won it already in his first. That is unique. Cristiano never did that. Neymar never did that. Messi never did that. Where, as a teenager, you were key in leading your country to an international title in your first goal as a teenager. That is unique. If he now wins the World Cup before 20, now I don't think he will. But if, let's say, he wins the World Cup, that already is unique. Now, he's not winning the World Cup because Spain are not winning the World Cup next year. Because I don't know who it is, but it ain't going to be Spain. But he's got 4 or 5. So if he wins a World Cup, or he wins 2 World Cups, he wins 2, 3, 4 UCLs, already that's new. If you now have a Euro, 2 Euros, a World Cup, 2 World Cups, oh my gosh, 3, 4, 5 UCLs, or a few Ballon d'Ors, and you know how good he is, that's already very unique. So let's sit back and enjoy this show. He could fail. He could never win He could never win the World Cup. He may never win the Champions League. He may decline, become trash, get a long-term injury, and it'll be like, oh, what could have been? Or you know what? Oh, he peaked at 18. He peaked at 19. And in his 20s, oh, he was much better when he was a teenager. That could happen. That could very happen. But let's just sit back and enjoy the show. Because for me, Yamal represents football right now. And I'm hoping, touch wood, he doesn't get injured. He doesn't have a long-term injury. And I'm hoping he gets even better and better and better because football needs him. Football needs him. As much as football needed Messi during that era, as much as football needed Ronaldo Nazario in that era, as much as football needed like Pele or Zico or Maradona for their era, football needs Yamal because Yamal is the Maradona, Pele, Messi, Ronaldo Nazario of his era. He simply is. So it is important for the health of the sport that he remains fit and is able to say, what's up? Let's just sit back and enjoy whatever the Yamal show is, which I hopefully is positive. So, all right. So, let me just pull that in right there. Culio. So, am I missed any Dubinskis? No. So, what else are we saying now? December 18th, 2022, it happened. After Messi won the World Cup, they just said nothing anymore. Machine still sort of says a few things of like, hey, you can see he still has a few Messi slander stuff that I see, but literally, FG and Machine retired after Messi won the World Cup. So they just retired from talking football and everything. Machine still does like movie stuff now. And FG is like, bro, I don't even know. I've never heard from FG before. Can AC Milan win the league with Allegri with 1 game a week? They look on fire and more collected in preseason. Oh, they can. See, I'm not a big fan of Allegri in 2025. See, if this was 2020, if this was like 2011 or 2012 or 2017, oh, shout out to Allegri. I think Allegri might be a dinosaur, but let's look at the Serie A right now. Napoli are not the greatest team in the world. And Napoli now have to play Champions League and the league right now. Juventus have bought very well. They got Conceição, they got Jonathan Davis. So I think Juventus did pretty well in the markets. But I just look at the state of the Serie A, and as you say, Milan having 1 game a week, which is insane because Milan not being in the Champions League is freaking insanity. But 100%, and also I'm not sold on Inter. I'm not sold on Shivo. Even if Inter gets Lookman, I'm not sold on Shivo as a manager, And I think someone is overachieved. Milan are very capable of winning the league. Very capable. 1 game a week, Allegri is a good tactician. The level of the playing field, Milan are very capable of doing so 100%, man. All right, yeah, man. Wait, hold up. So they're not going to get Ses. So Sesko isn't going. I thought that's the whole deal. My thing was okay. Isaac goes to Liverpool. Newcastle use that money to get Sesko. You're not saying Sesko is now going to Unite, bro? What has happened to Newcastle is insane, bro. I don't even know what to say. What has happened to Newcastle is absolutely insane. Is like I keep on saying that. So these guys qualified for the Champions League for what? What they qualified for the Champions League for what, man? That's just insane, man. Do you think Brazil win that 2014 World Cup even if Neymar never get injured? No. That German team was too good. Now, I don't think they lose 7-1. They'll probably lose like 3-1 or 4-1 or maybe 4-2. But no, they don't win. They don't win the World Cup. But I would have loved just to see both Neymar and Thiago Silva against Germany. Germany were always going to beat Brazil. That was not a very good Brazil team. And 2 players alone was not enough to beat that Germany team. That Germany team is a team that had been growing since 2010. They'd been growing since 2010. So Brazil, again, I don't think they would have been pump faked 7-1, but they lose to Germany. Germany were always going to win that World Cup. That Germany team was too good, bro. That Germany team was far too good. There's no way. Is your ultimate 11 where you can only take one player per country? Oh, that's... You see, I do have an ultimate 11, but one player from each country, that's going to be too hard, bro. That's going to be too hard. Because even now I'm thinking, okay, so... Because if I now pick Neuer as my keeper, I want Lam as my right back. If I make Buffon as my keeper, I'm not going to have Maldini or Baresi in my defense. That's actually impossible. That's. But you know what? That's something that will require thought, and I'll probably do that as a video separately. But that will require a lot of thoughts, man. For me to try and do that. Actually, let me even put that down, man. Hold on. That's an interesting one for thoughts. Hold on, because that would make an interesting video. Hold on, where we are. All cloud. Vid ideas. All-time 11. But one player per country. All right, that's interesting, man. Docodinho, I didn't miss your dub, bro. Hold on, Docodinho. Unless... No. I mean, I'll check it, but I don't believe I miss your dub, Docodinho, because maybe it didn't come through. All right, let me just a question from someone who I've not seen, man. Am I correct to think that Hakimi this season had the best season as a right back ever? That's an interesting question. Is this the best season ever for a right back? You know, because but I was about to say okay, but then I'm not thinking that. Okay, Cafu, Lam, and as good as okay. Let's say if you now take Lam, okay, Bart Simpson, 12, 13 treble, he wasn't as consequential as what Hakimi was. And you know what would be so crazy is if Morocco now win the AFCON, which is held in Morocco. But even if they don't, guys, have you seen? I think it was Egi who sent me something. I'm not a stats guy, but have you seen Hakimi's stats compared to like Yamal stats in terms of GA, XG, and all that stuff? It's insane. Now, granted, people say, okay, is he really a right back? He's much more of a right winger, but he's still a right back. He's an attacking right back. He's a very offensive right back, but he's still a right back. That is still his position. Unless someone can tell me, I don't think there's been a right back who's had a better season than Hakimi. No, I actually don't think there's one. So I think that's actually that damn good. No, no, Maicon wasn't better than Hakimi. Because even when you look at that Inter team, Maicon was not as pivotal or as key, and he did not contribute as much as Hakimi did. No way, no way, no way. Impossible. He wasn't, man. All right, let's see whatever question I can think up, man. So a few minutes and then I'll be out of here, guys. Remember, guys, before you go, like that Vidinsky, man. Okay, so the story. So the story of Egg Boy Hero. Once upon a time, Egg Boy Hero. So Egg Boy Hero was let me even make this a little thing as well. The tale of Egg Boy Hero. So the year is 2019, and this is the day of the second leg of so this is the day of the second leg of Barcelona against Liverpool, 2019 UCL. Now, prior to this, Eggboy Hero was someone in the chat that was a Barca fan. And he just used to always talk about, Barca, and everything. And leading up to that game, remember, Barca were 3-0 up. If Dembele said what's up, they could have been 4-0 up, but they were 3-0 up. So Eggboy Hero was like, oh, they'll never come back. So on that day, I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2 on Twitch. And he was on my Twitch, and we're just talking to my Twitch, and I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2. And Eggboy Hero was like, no, there's no way Liverpool can come back. And I said that, true, Barca should go through, 3-0 ahead. But I just said, bro, Eggboy, who knows? Like, as I said again, I remember UCL 04 Deportivo La Coruña against AC Milan. I think Milan were like 4-0 up, and Deportivo La Coruña beat them 5-0. No, sorry. So Milan beat them 4-1, and Deportivo La Coruña beat them 5-0 in the second leg. We already know what happened in 05, Liverpool against AC Milan. Like, crazy things have happened. Freaking the miracle at Camp Nou. The damn miracle at Camp Nou. So I said, you don't know, but Eggboy Hero said, come on, it's Messi, it's Barca, there's no way 3-0. Lo and behold, the crazy thing happened. Corner taken quickly happened, 4-0. We do the post-match. And I'm like, yo, man, where's Eggboy Hero? He wasn't there. So it's okay, no, maybe he'll be there afterwards. Weeks go by. Months go by, I'm like, Eggboy Hero is normally on the Hangouts. He's normally on my Twitch. He's normally around. I'm like, this guy was a regular member of the Hangouts. This was back in the day of Google Hangouts. And I was like, wait, where is this guy? And since that day, 2019, the day of the second leg, we've not seen Eggboy Hero since. So I hope he's safe, and I hope he didn't go over the edge when that game. But I do believe that Eggboy Hero just logged off completely. And he just said, you know what, I'm out. So it was so yeah. So, and to this day, Eggboy Hero, if you're out there, I hope you're safe, hope you're good. But Eggboy Hero literally disappeared off the face of the earth after corner taken quickly, and we never heard from him again, which was because it was an amazing disappearance as well. Like, he went from being a regular of the Hangouts to literally never appearing ever again. And to this day, we're now in 2025. We've still not heard from Eggboy Hero. So that's, kids, is the legendary tale of one Eggboy Hero. Shout out to your guy, man. Shout out to your boy Eggboy, man. Shout out to your boy Eggboy. So what else with it, man? Pretty much, man. What's the best football moments this year so far? So this is not it. So moments. there's one I have in my head, but I'm trying to think of whether there's a better one. I don't think this. You see, there's another one, but I wouldn't call it best. It's more so negative, and I know you guys will probably be into it, man. Yeah, unless I can think of one better. No, I'd say that Chelsea, some other club. Think of one better. It has to be Yamal's goal against Inter in the first leg. It has to be like just the nature of that goal and just how good he was and how just that as a moment, that is still probably the best moment of the year so far. Like I'm trying to think of there being another one. Because you could say Achebe's equalizer. So either, especially because that was the game of the year easily. So you could either say Yamal's goal or Achebe's equalizer that made the game go into extra time. But I'd probably say that's Yamal goal in the first leg. Probably that's Yamal goal in the West leg. But yeah, no, but you're right. Yeah. You could easily say that Achebe equalizer easily, man. All right, this is interesting, man. What nationality would you want to be if not Nigerian? That's interesting. That's actually an interesting question. Which nation would I want to be if not Nigerian? Yeah, nobody's ever asked me that, and I just don't. There's nothing actually jumps off at me. I don't know why. I just yeah, sure, yeah. After I'll probably plead the sixth. But you know what, Colo? I'm not saying this because it's you, Colo, but now those that are non-racist, Italians are very interesting people. Italians, all the Italians I've met have always been very interesting. So basically, my neighbors, just over there, they're like a couple. And I don't know whether they're from the south or everything, but super cool people, man. Super, super cool. And again, if the racist Italians do this, but the non-racist Italians that I've met, like this couple, who are my neighbors, really cool people, I think they're really cool, bro. They're really cool. So if Italians are interested. Bro, I'm already partly Brazilian already, bro. So that doesn't count. I'm already partly Brazilian. I wouldn't mind being Siberian. I put it like that. I wouldn't mind being Siberian, man. I wouldn't mind being Siberian. Do you give Man City a chance this season? No, 100%, man. 100%. I give them a chance, man. Like, why not? Why not? Don't sleep on Man City, bro. I know Lep has done this and everything. Don't sleep on Man City. Don't sleep on Man City. Man City can still do something, bro. Man City can still do something. Do not sleep on Man City. Because I know for a fact Pep watched all those left streams. I know for that Pep watched those left streams, and Pep is like, I want to dunk on that bald Nigerian. Although that bald Nigerian is getting some hair back very soon, man. But he definitely was like, I want to dunk on that Nigerian. But I think that's, and again, Abdul just put it in there, that defense is sauce, bro. And I feel that if you apply your tactics right, you're gonna eat that defense easily. Pause. You're gonna eat that defense easily, man. Very, very easily. So watch out for them, but all right, last few questions and I'm out of here, bro. Last few questions and I'm out of here, man. Adaj, hold up, man. Hold up, where we are? Where are we? So, come on, send in those cube, man. Last few questions and I'm out of here, man. Last few questions and I'm out of here, man. Let's see questions from out of here. Okay, that's an interesting one. Um, Fave kit numbers. Mine are 7, 9, 10. Hold up. Do you wear 80 for content cracks? Do you wear 80 for content cracks? I do like 99 though, because it's unique. I always like 99 because it's unique. Do you know what's so crazy? Now, I don't know whether you're allowed. Are you allowed to wear 0? Are you actually allowed to wear 0? Because I know Westbrook wears 0 for NBA. So I'd rather wear 0 or 01. So you're really the first. So I'd rather have 0 or 01, which was unique. But the ones that exist, I've never liked 7 or 9. I've never liked 7 or 9. For me, see, 10 is too obvious. 10 is too obvious. So because I've always had a midfield brain, I think 8. I think 8. I think 8. Oh, shout out to the thumbs down, whoever put the thumbs down out there. So I think 8. So I'd probably say 8. You know what? Okay, look, even if it's obvious 10, you have to throw it in. So 10, 8, but I think more so 8. Put it this way. The players I've liked the most, I've always been 10. So obviously that's obvious. I've never liked 7 because I've always hated, even though there are amazing wingers, but I've hated playing the position wing. So 11 or 7, I've hated those. But for me, I actually prefer the numbers that are beyond 11. So whether it's a number 12 or number 16. But you know what I like? For me, because I think that's my number from Content Crash, which is number 90. So number 90, that might be my number. So for me, I'd rather get a number that's unique. I'd rather have a unique number. So either number 90, number 99, or 01 or 00, something like that. YSK, shut the F up, bro, you clown. Yeah, Counter Crack it's no. I think you can play it on PS4 as well. I think it's crossplay. I think it's crossplay. I'm not sure. Are there any narratives for the upcoming World Cup? I'm asking this since we saw who prevailed between Messi and Ronaldo, and I haven't thought of any for this World Cup. Okay, that's a good one. Let me ring it. Let me make this thing. So, World Cup narratives, man. England is a narrative, whether you like it or not. No, hold on. There's several. So, England. The women have now gone back to back. And I feel you just got Tuchel as well. So a narrative is England winning their first World Cup since '66, a German delivering them that trophy. And what this does for this team and this generation in comparison to the golden generation there. So there is that Tuchel, England narrative of winning it. Bro, the Yamal narrative is huge. The Yamal narrative is huge. He's already won the Euros already. And for him to win a Euro and a World Cup back-to-back being a main player is a that would be legacy defining. Now, I'm on record. People agree, disagree. Spain are not winning the World Cup. You can scratch that. Spain are definitely not winning the World Cup. They'll be one of the favorites. They may get to the quarters of semis. They're not winning the World Cup. And I feel they may even run it into a South American team or another African team again who may take them out, or maybe even Japan. But there's a huge Yamal narrative of if Yamal leads Spain to a World Cup and wins in the World Cup as a teenager, he would have won the World. To win a Euro and a World Cup back to back as a teenager. That is an insane narrative. That's an insane narrative. Whether you like it or not, and you guys may not like to hear this, there is an American narrative. Now, I believe that there is no chance America win the World Cup. And people might say, "Oh, this is crazy. This is wild." There is a 0% chance America win the World Cup. 0. That may sound wild. There is no chance. Home soil. Trump. Infantino is in bed with Trump. America winning that World Cup with Trump as president, that's a massive narrative, bro. Because Trump can say, my presidency ushered in America winning the biggest sports trophy on the planet. So that narrative is freaking huge. That's a huge narrative. Bro, there's so many narratives. There's another narrative as well. What if this is the first time a non-European or a non-South American wins the World Cup? Morocco got to the semi-finals. Japan have been improving. And I still feel Japan dropped the ball against Croatia. Japan should have beaten Croatia. And they've really been improving. So could this be now? I doubt it. I still think we need to wait a bit longer. But another narrative is, what if this is the first time a non-European, non-South American team wins that? It's another narrative. Another narrative. There's so many. What if Messi goes back to back? Like, what if? So the big narrative of that was obviously Messi against Cristiano, and another narrative of the one was also Neymar as well. But what if Messi goes back to back, and even further puts in his claim of good status? So I've already won the World Cup. But what if he goes back to back? And guys, I'm telling you right now, I'm looking at the field. Yes, this is a World Cup that includes polar bears, Krypton, Mars, Neptune, and Metropolis. I get that. But I feel that Argentina, if they don't have any major injuries, are still one of the strongest teams in the world, and are capable of beating most teams in that World Cup. So there is a strong possibility of Argentina going back to back. I don't know in what condition will be. So, but Messi could easily do it. I don't know. Okay, is this a narrative? I'm trying to think, is this? Because for me, France, like for me, it's additional. Okay, this isn't a narrative. This is more so of like just like this is like Disney Plus. Neymar, you can book it. You can book it. If by some insane miracle, Neymar wins the World Cup for Brazil, guys, that would generally be one of the greatest comeback stories of all time. Of all time. Literally of all time. Like, again, let me be clear here. Brazil are not winning the World Cup. Hands down. That is a cold. They are not. Brazil are categorically not winning the World Cup. No. There's a double flex. So there's the Neymar side of post 30, everything. And people like, Neymar, he's a waste, he's a failure, everything. If Neymar somehow, through some ridiculous juju miracle, leads Brazil to a World Cup, bro, that totally changes his legacy. It completely changes his legacy. And now we have to talk about Neymar in very different convos. Very different convos. But then there's the Ancelotti angle. If Ancelotti leads Brazil to a World Cup, and we look at all of those UCLs, I don't want to hear anything about Fergie. I don't want to hear anything about Pep. And Mourinho may just need to just take a sidestep. Because now Ancelotti is now in that Vicente Del Bosque situation, Marcelo Lippi situation, Beckenbauer situation. So there are a lot of World Cup narratives that are out there for them. So those are the ones that are out there. For me, France, there's no chance. There's no chance. The only narrative of Nigeria is, can we actually qualify for the damn thing? Also for Nigeria, like, can we actually qualify for the damn thing? So those are narratives out there, man. But yeah, there are definitely a few out there, man. So all right, I'll almost be off, man. Let me just do this. So where we at here? Oh God, I was gonna guess the player I'm thinking based off of their kit numbers that they've rocked. Kit numbers are streets. Guess to or drop the names. Okay. Oh, guess the player I'm thinking of based off of their kit numbers that they've rocked. Hold on, let me bring it up again. 22. Interesting. Because I know, didn't Messi wear 30 at PSG. So I was thinking, is this Usman Dembele? Because at 80, Dino wore 80. Or did he wear 99? 22, 80, 20. See, you put in. See, this is a weird number because 11. That's this is a winger. This is definitely a winger. Is it Di Maria? No, because I think his name is a guest. So it's one place, not several players. Guess the player I'm thinking of based on their kid. So this is obviously a player who has. So obviously you're saying a player who has won all these numbers in their career. So they've won 22, they've won 80, they've won 20. Oh, Wisky, you bum. You said guess the player I'm thinking of based off of their kid numbers. Okay, so it's player each. Oh, guys, look at this bum. Look at the type. Look at the bum. Okay, thank you. 80, Ronaldinho. 30, Messi was 30 at PSG. 11, oh, you can take your pick. You can say Giggs. You can say, I think, did Perez wear 11? Usman Dembele were 11. 22. 20, I think, isn't 20 Kaka? Who's 22? No, 80, I believe Dino or Ronaldo wore 80. Or did Ronaldo wear 99? Nazario 99 when he was at AC Milan. I think he wore that when he was at AC Milan. You see, now Robin also wore 11 as well. See, you can have Neymar, you can have Robin, but I think Robin wore 11 and 10 as well. Bro, that's a real type of man. Oh, men's play. What is it about? Bro, what's going to fix the thing? So who is 22? Because I know 20 is Kaka. Who is 20? Oh, Isco. Did Isco wear 22? Isco wear 22? Yes. So that's one, yeah. Ronaldo won 99, yeah. Dino wore 80. Yeah, Dino wore 80. That's why I like 99, bro. So I'm gonna, so that's I may make my content cracks guy 99 man. Van Persie wore 20. I did not know that, man. Guys, it's been swell. It's been real. Remember, guys, before you go, drop a like, subscribe if you're new. And remember, guys, no hangouts Saturday, Sunday. We'll be doing content cracks, but we'll be back next week, full in everything. Members hangouts on Monday, all that beautiful stuff. But watch out for content that will still be dropping all the way through. Some exciting content is going to be on its way, so keep it through. Keep it real, keep it cool. And your boy is peace out, one love. And remember, guys, stay black. One love, one love, one love, one love, one love.